What's up, everyone? It's Minister Crush here, and I want to welcome you to my 365-day challenge. Today is day 43, and the thing I want to talk about today is stop living in average. Too often, we find ourselves doing things and devoting time and effort to things that we're only average at. We're not excellent or especially gifted at. We just do things that are average because it's easy to do, because we can make money doing it. But then when we think about it, if you're doing something that you're not excellent at, something that you're not gifted at, you're going to have to apply more work and more effort to get the job done. And that's the reason why people are workaholics, because they're devoting so much time and effort to doing something that they're just average at. Instead of going out to find what God's gift is for them and do the thing that they are designed to excel at. But we bought into the system that if I work hard and the harder you work, the more you're going to benefit or whatever. And if I work hard and I devote 30, 40 years to this job is going to take care of me in the end. And time again, we're finding out nowadays that is not the truth. It's not the case. It may have been a thing at one point when it first started, but when we talk about companies setting you up for retirement, that is not the case anymore. So you're devoting all your time and your effort to doing something that's average, to build something for someone else. When you have a God-given gift, a creation, a calling, a design that God has made for you, there is something that God has made just for you to do. But you won't do it because you're afraid. When in actuality, you're afraid because you think you're not going to succeed. When in actuality, this is something that you excel at. But you don't want to step out on faith on God and work in what He has designed you to do. So you're comfortable and complacent in doing something that you're only average about. When I was a kid, I played a lot of sports. And I was always told, like, by my friends and everybody, like, just play all the sports. You know, you play football, play basketball, do track, all these things. And I was good at football. I excelled at football. I was average at basketball. I was average in track. I was average in soccer. But because I wanted to do all the things that my friends were doing, I wanted to do all the sports that my friends were doing, because I wanted to be with them, I spent a lot of time devoted to basketball in basketball season, and a lot of time devoted to track in track season, and sometimes, because I didn't do soccer often, but I did soccer, and I spent a lot of time devoted to soccer, when all that time that I devoted to these other sports that I'm average at, I could have devoted to the sport that I excel at, the sport that I was good at. And as a matter of fact, if I would devote that time to the sport that I was good at, I could have excelled at. But I wasted a lot of time doing the average instead of focusing in on the thing that I'm good at. If you are good at basketball, there is no reason why you're over here doing track when you're average at track. It's a waste of time. Stop devoting time to things that make you that you're average at. Because if you devote time to things that you're average at, it only makes you average. And the thing about average, it it it, it multiplies exponentially. There is an abundance of people who are living average lives. As a matter of fact, the majority of the world lives an average life because they won't take the risk to do what they excel at. Excellence, excellence, it grows incrementally. Average grows exponentially. Are you going to be that person that's going to be a part of that incremental excellence? It's going to require you to put down that average thing that you're doing. Stop wasting time and devoting time to what is average. Now, I'm not telling you to quit your job or whatever case may be right now, but your 9 to 5 right now should be what pays the bills right now. And then 5 to 9, you need to be working on what you're excellent at. And work at what you're excellent at so much that 9 to 5 is replaced by what you do 5 to 9. Now you're moving out of the average into the excellence. And then I can devote all my time into excellence. And I promise you, if God has designed you, this is what God's plan is for you, it will work out. It will work out in your favor. I feel like it hurts to see a lot of people in what's called wasted potential. You have all the potential in the world that God has given you, and it's wasted because you bought into the world system of how the world designed that you work hard. And there was a time that the ground was cursed. So hard work was necessary. We had to work hard. And even when we worked hard, we barely were able to produce because the ground was cursed. Because of the sin of Adam and Eve, the ground was cursed. But after Noah, there was a new covenant made, and the ground was no longer cursed. After the flood, and God made that covenant with Noah, the ground was no longer cursed. And that's the reason why my grandma has a garden in her yard. And it's easy. She just goes out there and she don't have to do a whole lot. It's not toiling work. And she'll grow tomatoes and collard greens, things like that. Because the ground is no longer cursed. But we still act as if it is. We still work as if it is. We're told that you're supposed to work hard. It's supposed to be hard. And the thing about it is, nothing wrong with hard work if you're doing what you excel at. If you're doing what you excel at, if you're doing what God called you to do, work as hard as you can. Work as hard as you can into completion, and then you can rest. If I'm doing what I excel at right now, I can work as hard as I can because I know eventually I'm going to be able to rest. But a lot of people want to be average. 9 to 5, I work. Average. 5 to 9, I rest. And then when I hit my 60s, I cannot work. They want to move on. I got to leave the job. I retire. Now I want to rest. I still got to work because I spent a lot of time resting when I should have been working in the gift that God gave me. Because I bought into the system that they're going to take care of me, and that's not the truth. They're not going to take care of you. And now you're 60, 70 years old, still having to work another job because they didn't take, retirement wasn't enough. Social Security is not enough. I don't even know what the state of Social Security will be in 30, 50 years. We don't even know what it's going to be. Stop buying into the world system. You're not average. You are not made. Nothing that God makes is average. Everything that God makes is excellent. He looked at it and he said it was good. God's good. When something's good, made by God, is not the good that we're thinking. It's far beyond the good that we can think or imagine. You are excellent. Work and live in your excellence. You are not made to be average. So grind right now so that you can get out the average and move into the excellence. I hope this blessed someone. I'm Minister Crush, and until next time, see you. Peace.